Hey everybody, welcome to an all new video with Matt. Today we have got some palette art that we've done, guys. As you can see here, it's like a sunset going down at the beach. So I hope you enjoy this video, so stick around. I'm going to show you how I did it. Guys, so to get started today, you're going to need to get yourself a couple of pallets and go ahead and cut you some slats off of there, and then we'll get to our slat cuts. All right, so to get started, you need to cut out 5 slats at 19.5 inches. You will need to cut out 2 slats at 18 inches. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and start painting this with this color that I have. I don't really know the name of it, guys, so sorry I can't tell you out there, but I just know it's like a nice pinkish kind of salmon color to it. Alright, so just going to get that nice and coated on both of them. Then we'll be ready to paint our next piece. Alright, so now that we've got our 2 skyline pieces painted, I'm going to take another slat, and now we're just going to use some white paint and go ahead and coat the entire front with some white paint. This right here we're at, that's like our sand. So go ahead and get this entire piece painted with your white paint. And then we'll have to let this dry just a little bit, not too long, maybe 30 minutes or so. Then we are going to come back and take a little bit of gray paint and just kind of gently around the top put a little bit of gray paint. But first, like I said, just go ahead and get your white paint put on and let that dry. And you also need to take your bottom board right here and go ahead and paint that entire board with your white color also, guys. That's going to give it a nice beach sandy scene right there. So we'll go ahead and get this painted too and let all that dry together. Alright, and on our 4th slat right here, guys, we want to paint that the bluish, like the ocean color you saw in the beginning. So what we need to do is just kind of do it however you want to do. I'm just going to use a mixture of like some light blue color and a dark Persian blue right here, guys. So I'm just going to mix it around in different spots and just kind of blemish it out to give it a different blue texture effect to it. Alright, so I'm just going to do like this, spread some paint out, kind of like a wave. I'm going to do my light blue first. Just kind of blend it out. Alright, so I got my little half part of my little blue right there, so now I'm going to go to a little bit darker blue and do the same thing we just did with the line. And then just kind of fan that out into it. Alright, so now that I got my blue painted and smeared all in there, the different blues, I just wanted to take my paintbrush with just a dab of white inside and then shaking off really good, guys. And then I just kind of just want to blend all of that together with a little bit of white paint on the brush. Kind of pull it in all around. And that's going to make that blue really pop, give it a nice color. Alright, so then I want to take some more of my light blue color paint that I got. And then just blend that line all in around too. Give it some nice swirl patterns. Imagine if it was like waves or something. Like here's some waves coming over. Alright, so we're going to let that dry real quick and we'll be back. Alright, so our bottom sand looking dune board's ready. So now I have just a little bit of gray on this brush, guys, like just a little dip in there. So now I'm just going to kind of give it a little order line here on the top. Then after I do that, I just want to just a little hairline on our blue board right here, guys. Just a little hairline of the same color. Alright, so now I'm going to let all of that dry now. Alright, so now that our top two boards up here have dried, what I want to do is just take something round, anything, guys. You can use a paper plate, you can use the top of a paint can or something. This right here just happens to be like the top of a peppermint container, guys. So yeah, just take you something circular right here, and you kind of want to just get it near or in the center as close as possible. And you want to kind of do an overhang where it's not the full circle. So you want to kind of come back about maybe like that. And then you can just take you a pen, pencil or something and trace that circle out. Alright, so now what we need to do now is paint the inside of this circle a yellowish gold orange color to give it like a sun look. Alright, so for the color of the sun, I'm going to mix this orange and yellow together and have a little more yellow than the orange. That way it doesn't cancel each other out, but it's going to give it that nice sun glow color. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. Then we'll be ready to paint our outline right here. Alright, so now we're just going to carefully paint our outline part right here around this circle. Don't worry if you go out of the circle, you can always put your little circle piece over this right here and repaint the pink skyline if you want it to be a perfect circle. So don't worry about that, but just go ahead and get it filled in, and it may take 1 or 2 coats to give it that real bright kind of orange sun look right there, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in, and we'll be back when we are done with it. Alright, so I got all of that filled in, so now I'm just going to let that dry for now, and then we will be ready to start assembling our pieces together. Alright guys, so we got all of our boards painted for the most part, the main parts of it. So before I do any like touching up or adding anything else, I'm just going to go ahead and put this stuff together, and all we're going to have to do is just flip our boards over. Alright, so now that we got all of our boards flipped over in order, we are now going to take our two 18-inch boards right here, guys, and you want to line them up at one part right here, and then you want to line up a part over here and at the top, right, before we do anything with the middle boards. The top and the bottom is the most important, so get those nice and lined up straight. Then we're going to just mark us a couple of pilot holes right here, and we'll use our countersink bit. That way we don't split the board. And we're going to shoot some little 1-inch screws into these. So like I said, go ahead and get them lined up at the bottom and the tops. Shoot you some screws in, and once you got that done, then we'll be able to puzzle out and put exactly where we need to put our other countersink holes for our other boards. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, so we got all of our boards attached to our backer boards now, guys. So this is about something like what you should have if you're following along with the video. So now what I want to do is go and do just a little touch up on the sun here, make it a little brighter with some more yellow in there. Then I want to add a little bit of white around this line right here to give it more of a wave line right there. And then I'm just gonna like add some little birds and stuff, and maybe like a little beach chair or something down here. So we're gonna jump on that now, and we'll come back when we get that painted on there. Alright, so I did some touching up in certain spots, and then I went ahead and added like my little pelicans flying over right here. Added some more yellow into the sun to separate the yellow colors from the pinkish and orange that I just put down. Also, as you can see, I put like a strip of orange going down. So what I'm going to do now is take some light purple color, and I'm just going to kind of go around the top of here to create a different skyline, like as if the darkness is coming with it. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that next. Alright, so since we last left off, I went ahead and put some little birds right here. I painted the inside sun with a yellow blend right there so that the orange and yellow blend inside of the circle. Then I also took a little fan brush right here and put a couple of little wave breaks right there, and then some wave lines up here in the front right there. Alright, so let's see what it looks like up against the wall. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that like button down below for me, and subscribe if you haven't already, guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful week. Peace.